How did we go from this to this? Howdy everybody, welcome to the House of Comics. My name's Adam Pereira, and today we're going to take a look at how The Dark Knight Returns, this little bad boy over here, changed Batman forever. Not that one. This comic. This is what turned Batman from, 60s goofiness over into 80s grunge, darkness. So The Dark Knight Returns is written by Frank Miller and drawn by Frank Miller. He's a one-man show, except that he also had the help of Klaus Janson and Lynn Varley for lettering and coloring. So let me give you like a real quick recap to kind of set up where the story is. All right, I might be paraphrasing slightly here. It's the 80s, so that means everything's terrible and the world's gonna end. Ronald Reagan's president. Take of that as you will. There's nuclear war on the horizon. Take of that as you will. But forget nuclear war. We care about that guy. Batman, retired. He's Bruce Wayne now. He's driving cars. How do you know he's retired? He has facial hair. That's the sign of every single retired Batman. So, Gotham has gotten worse. There's a new gang on the town. They're called the Mutants, not the X-Men. That's the wrong universe. But Batman has to come out of retirement to put them in their place, to get Gotham back to where it should be. Through that, he finds a whole slew of adventures, with some old nemesis, the Joker, and with some old friends, Superman, featuring one of the coolest Batman moments. And if you're a Superman fan, probably one of the most hated Superman moments. Why is The Dark Knight Returns so special though? Why am I holding this? Why am I making a video about this, I ask myself these questions. But the big thing with The Dark Knight Returns is, one, amazingly written. The writing is, so good. So many chef kisses. So many. It's fantastic. Frank Miller has this amazing noir, gritty style of writing. He has these beautiful use of metaphors and similes it's so unique, but it paints such a vivid picture, which is crazy because you've already got the pictures right there, right? But it makes it all come to life. One thing that I personally love about it, I'm not sure how many other people will agree, especially now, is the artwork. I love the sort of more blockier style of artwork, the way the panels are used. It just feels so dirty, and it just feels like you're really in there, But you really feel like you're there, and it's grimy, and it's in the street, and it's been spat on. It's probably been pissed on. It's a big city. People like pissing places. It's rough and it's gritty, whereas some of the art that we have now is so clean and so polished, and that's great, it looks amazing, but the art style suits the storytelling, which makes sense, because it's both done by the same guy, so it'd be kind of weird if we didn't, right? I had a friend who was really interested in Batman, loved him in the movies, never read a comic book. I went, read The Dark Knight Returns, and he did struggle pushing past the artwork. He said, it just doesn't look that great anymore. So, I don't know. Maybe it's dated now, but for me, kind of growing up on it, I wasn't alive in the 80s. I read it when I was younger. Now, the book is iconic because it's seen as this huge turning point for Batman. And because of this grittier writing, we get a Batman that's really different from what we've sort of seen before. Before we had, really goofy, silly stories from the 50s because of censorship laws and because comic books were aimed at kids. And then we also had the Adam West Show, which is amazing, but doesn't really help change that perspective of comic books are for children, Batman is for kids. The Batman that we're used to was like, quick, to the Batmobile, Robin. And now we've got a Batman that's like, you'll walk again, better stay scared, won't you, punk? But this book, as well as the 1989 Batman film and a couple of other things, helped change how people saw Batman. So now we know him as the Christian Bale Batman, the Ben Affleck Batman, the Batman Arkham Games Batman. It's an amazing comic. It changed the character forever and improved upon the work of the guys that came before, and now we have this darker, grittier Batman. He's a detective. He's a master crime fighter. He's also like a stealthy, like a ninja. They've got everything now. And I think a large part of that is because of The Dark Knight Returns. And so that was my short little video, mainly just gushing about The Dark Knight Returns, but let's be honest, that is a comic book worth gushing about. You'll know if you've read it. And if you haven't read it, and you're looking for an excuse or somebody to tell you you need to read it, you need to read it. So now we've reached the end. We got some bloopers coming up. If you liked the video though, there's a thumb down there. And he's not pointing up, and he's not blue. So go ahead, make him blue. There's also a big red subscribe button. It's pretty fun to click. I would suggest clicking on it, and then since that's addicting, click the little bell, because that's also fun. What I'm getting at is, please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, feedback, recommendations, whatever, jump into the comments, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think of the Batman book. Tell me if there's anything you'd like me to cover, and I'll see if I can cover it for you. And without further ado, bloopers. Thank you for watching. Russia's about to nuke the US in the comic. Maybe in real life as well, who knows. Take of that as you will. And you know he's retired because he has facial hair. Man, it is so true what they say about like when you're making your first video and everyone's like, it's gonna suck, but you gotta put it out anyway. I'm like watching this, I'm like, is this good? Should I put this out? I don't know. I mean, I gotta. What's the point of doing this? But, harder than it looks. Harvey Dent's back. He looks like he's fine, but is he fine? Who knows? Where you're gonna find out. You gotta read the book. You got this new gang. They're called the Mutants. They have weird nipples. I don't know. Is this good? It's going blooper reel.